I did a video earlier, but while I was copying the RBF, maybe some kind of corruption took place along the way, but the game just the core wasn't updated correctly. I was running that on a stable version of MiSTer, and yeah, it was probably the old core that was running somehow. There was an issue with it. Now I've updated since. Thanks to you guys reaching out to me over on Twitter and in the comments on the previous video. I checked it, and yes, I tried it again, and I got the extra options for the extra RAM cartridge, which wasn't there in my last video. I tried it again on the stable MiSTer, and I wasn't having much joy. So what I did was I got another memory card. I put the latest unstable version of MiSTer on there, and then I put the latest unstable Saturn Core on there, added the games, and I'm having really good success. We'll have a look at some of the stuff together. I may sound going forward, I may sound undecisive about whether keeping the old video or not, but I am going to delete that old video because I don't feel it's a true reflection of what this core has become, and it's inaccurate. So apologies for that. That video will be deleted, but I do hope you enjoy this video and the additional games that are working. And let's start by pressing start onto HI-SATURN and seeing if this works. This is a kind of test, not a live stream test, but we're testing this core. You're going to hear my buttons and everything in there, but I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of pressed for time as well, and I wanted to get this out there because some of you guys who've been on the bench about trying out the Saturn Core, well, this might be the time you want to buy it. Now I'm really interested again if this works on your stable version of MiSTer. I'll be interested in hearing if it does, because for me it doesn't work. I'm not getting the results I'm getting here. A lot of games don't boot up. It just keeps going into the BIOS for me on the stable OS, but on the latest unstable, everything seems to be dandy. I'm trying games out, they're working. Games that weren't working before are working. So stick around for the video, watch all the stuff, again, all the good stuff. Subscribe, like, share. It really does help the channel. Turning on the notifications shows that you really do love the channel. Anyway, let's move on to another game, and let's try. Okay, so I've done some background work. So Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the normal version didn't boot up, but I did have some joy with the translated version. Oh, okay. It appears to be random. Right, that crashed, but I definitely saw the title screen come up. I want to keep trying that with different options selected. Right, let's try it with 4MB, with the 4MB cartridge in, and hopefully this will work. Now I've got it to work. I really hope I can replicate it. Honestly, it worked. I got to the title screen. I didn't actually get into game, but that's further than we ever got on Castlevania Symphony of the Night for the Sega Saturn. So if I haven't said so already, I am running an unstable, actually I have said it already, but I am running an unstable version of MiSTer. Here we go. We've gotten further down the logo. Are we going to get in game? I have a sneaky feeling yes, we may, because 60% of the time I'm right all of the time. Okay guys, it's looking decent. Let's see. Okay, here we go, further than we've gotten. Oh, this might not be the translation version I'm running. This might just be the original version, because the translation version, I do remember seeing a translated title screen, if I'm not mistaken. We can see some glitches at the top. Okay, so it was a RAM requirement. Now that I've kind of given it access to that RAM, it's working. So let's see. I'm excited now. So before I'd done the translation version, now we're doing the vanilla version, and this is kind of like where I got. After this, it was just a black screen. So I'll wait a little while. I'll come back and I'll tell you, oh, hold on, we're making progress, guys. No way. No way. Okay, I've edited some stuff out. I was waiting about 30 seconds here. So I'm going to hang on this black screen for a bit in hope that something turns up. But if it doesn't, I'll tell you guys. But you won't notice the editing because it is just a black screen. Okay guys, I waited a couple of minutes and yeah, no joy. So we're making progress. We're getting further in Symphony of the Night. Now it's always possible it may work with, I don't know, something else. The Saturn Core, sometimes running a game, then running a game after it works. I've found that to happen before. I will keep testing it and hopefully I can find the solution, or, you know, when it gets updated, it will work more. But definitely progress on the Castlevania Symphony of the Night front. Okay guys, this one is a request. Really sorry, haven't got your name handy there, but someone commented on the video earlier and said, could you try Astor? So let's try it out. Okay, hooray, Astor, we got to the title screen. So let's hope it, wow, let's hope it works. This is really exciting. So apologies for my earlier video, guys. I think the version of the core I put on there must have been something wrong with it. Maybe it got corrupted along the way, but hey, buddy, I'm really sorry. I haven't got the name to hand, but Astor is working. Trying to figure out if he does anything more than sneeze. Okay, I've never played this game. I know nothing about it. I don't know if it's incorrect. Okay, interesting. And okay, it just it dropped. Okay, it's booting up, but we're faced with a black screen. Let's test out another game. Okay guys, this time I've gone for Daytona USA. In the previous video, the video done earlier, it was Daytona Championship Edition. Now the reason I chose this, because on this one, previously if you press the button during the rolling start, it crashed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press a button during the rolling start and try and get it to crash. Okay, kind of had to do my buttons there. I don't know what happened there. I'm swapping too many memory cards. I've got like a stable build and an unstable build. So what I'm going to try and do here is once it starts, I'm just going to mash the buttons, which you can probably hear now because I am testing this. And it hasn't crashed, so that's very, very decent. Maybe I spoke too soon, who knows? Okay. Right, okay, so Daytona USA seems to be good. Let's go through the race a little bit and see how far we can actually progress. But yeah, this is looking good. Now previously Daytona USA crashed for me pretty much all the time. I had to play the other one. I think it's called like Daytona Champion Edition or Championship Edition. Pardon me for not knowing the exact names, but guys, this is looking good. This is a great update. I am running this on MiSTer, an unstable build of the MiSTer OS. I don't know if it'll be the same, at least for me, when I did actually put it on my stable build again, and I was having issues with it. So I'm using the latest unstable build available now. Again, apologies for my video earlier. I think when in the process of me putting the RBF file on the Saturn Core on my stable build of MiSTer, there was some corruption along the way because I didn't have that option to select the cartridge in the menu, which someone so rightly pointed out, which made me do this other video. But let's check another game. Daytona seems to be running swell. Okay, I wanted to try this game out again because earlier on when we tried it, it was slow, but like the earlier video is nothing really to go on because I think there was an issue, like I keep saying, with the RBF. So I think I'm going to delete that video, in fact. So yeah, once I put this one up, I'll delete it. I'll do a community post explaining. Let's try and recreate the same thing. The sound is still off as it was earlier. I'm going to pick Akira because, like I always say, I'm a boring guy. Oh wow, okay, wow, okay, straight away, okay, I felt it looked faster, but it's not. It's definitely not full speed, but it definitely feels like an improvement over the earlier version that we had a look at. I don't know if I want to, I'm kind of torn. I don't know what to do with that video because I don't know if it acts as a good comparison, but I think I should just delete it because it's not reflective to this core. I know I've got that on the working, that was on the stable version of MiSTer, but still the fact that I didn't have the additional options which I was able to get on later by re-putting it on there, I think it's unfair. It's unfair to kind of have that video up there, so I will delete that after I kind of finish filming and doing this stuff. Okay, so this is the Golden Axe beat 'em up game, and it's kind of like the same. It starts with the soundtrack of the game and then it kind of disappears. Let's have a quick look at this. So what usually happens with this, the sound effects kick in, and while we're playing, the sound effects decide to disappear. I'm still gonna go as the Axe Battler. But let's see how that kind of goes for us. But it looks pretty much, yeah, same as before. At least I can't notice anything. 2, 1, fight. Okay, yeah, so we've got the sound effects. Let's see if the sound effects stop, because previously when I've kind of played it, from what I remember, yep, the sound effects stopped during the thing. So not much of a change there. Again, this is still a fun game to play. You just might have to go Haryuken. I can't do the sound effects. That was bad. But you might have to do the sound effects yourself. Hadouken. Cool. Anyway, let's move on to the next game. Please don't unsubscribe. Okay, guys, trying out the final fight, kind of Street Fighter beat 'em up thing. Okay, we're making progress. I don't remember getting to the now loading screen before, but I have got that 4 megabyte option switched on, which looks like it's gonna give us access to other stuff. This is exciting times. Okay, I've always wanted to play this game. I've never played this before. Let's test it out. Hopefully it takes us in game and it is working. Oh wow, okay. Wow, this looks so good. All right, who are we gonna go? Okay, I'm not gonna be boring. Okay, let's go Hey Guy. I won't go the most boring. I was gonna go Cody. Okay, let's just go. No, we don't want to go Auto Turbo. I think that does the moves for you. Wow. Okay, I've not seen this game before. Anticipation is building up for sure. No way. Okay, this new core thing is awesome. I'm interested in your thoughts below. Let me know, because is this working for you on a stable build? Have you got this working on a stable build? Oh wow, I thought he was gonna air super me. You know, the one where he kind of jumps up. Okay, what moves? Okay, not quite sure. Not a 6-button game. I don't know. That's a taunt. It looks like it's got a taunt there. There's no sounds for this game, but you know what? It's working. Okay, I've just headbutted Hugo, and I can't say this game looks so well on my screen. I'm pretty sure this is one of those games that it will look good on a CRT. For the display it was meant to be played on, but it's amazing that we've got this such great progress on the Saturn Core. But again, I'm interested if you've got this working on the stable builder, MiSTer. I won't have time to test all of that yet, or at least kind of go through the testing that I'd like to do. I'm going to get this video out on the unstable build, but awesome stuff. Let's have a look at the next game. Okay, so next up we've got Fighting Vipers. I always just keep pressing the menu button just to make sure I have got the 4 megabytes of RAM option switched on, which does seem to improve performance and compatibility for a lot more games. Tastes like candy. Okay. Okay, again, issues with the sound on this. And is it running full speed? I think it is running full speed. Oh, maybe not. It feels like there's some kind of slowdown there. I'm not sure if there's any improvement here of the last time I tested it, but like I said, the last time I tested this was some time ago. And guys, sorry if the structure of this is all over the place. Like I said, like I done the intro part at the end after deciding, yes, I'm going to delete that video. So the timeline's a little bit all over the place, but you can see the games that's running currently on the latest unstable build of the MiSTer and the unstable build of the Sega Saturn Core. Okay, trying out Street Fighter Alpha now, the USA version. I've not had much joy with these and it's still crashing for me. I'm pretty sure I saw other people playing these games, but for me, I've got the 4 megabyte DRAM on. It's not working for me. I've tried like the different versions as well. I've tried it with, I've tried it with none, 2, 1. I'll stick to 4, but yeah, it's not working for me. Okay, some VF2 now. Again, like I said, it's been a while since I tested it. Let's see if there's any improvements on this. I can't remember this running okay, but again, I'm not sure if all of these were slow or not. There were definitely graphical issues at some point, and I think there still might be some graphical issues, but overall it looks good. It looks playable. Almost looks like it's got some kind of scan lines there, but this to me looks like it's running full speed. Out of all the 3D fighters, this definitely looks like the best one. Now Virtua Fighter, people in the fighting game community say if Tekken is checkers and Virtua Fighter is chess. I've never really known how to play these games or anything, but I know they're really good. I've got a bunch of friends from like my Street Fighter gang. They just praise this game so highly, saying that the mind games in this are just intense. It has more layers than the biggest onion you can find. But yeah, VF2 Virtua Fighter 2 is working if you want to check that out, and to me it looks like it's running decently nice full speed. But comment below, let me know. Like I don't know that much stuff, so I appreciate you guys. I don't mind if you're correcting me, because I do make a lot of mistakes. Comment below, let me know. But for me, this is a winner. Okay, let's try out Burning Rangers now. Okay guys, I waited around a minute. I've been stuck on this black screen, so let's move on to the next game. Burning Rangers, at least not working for me. Okay, let's try ourselves some Clockwork Knight 2. Again, I think the first one worked for me in like a previous video. Not sure if the second one did or not, but let's test it out anyway. Definitely the 4 megabytes of RAM is adding a lot of compatibility, and the update in general. I can't be a tech guy, so I can't actually tell you exact specifics, but again, in the comments, if you've got stuff to share, if you've got value to add for other members or any useful tips, make sure you comment below. Okay, let's get into this game then. So I remember seeing this game in magazines before it was coming out, and it looked very, very interesting at the time. I remember like it was a platformy game, 3D-ish looking graphics. This was the age of like polygons, when people were leaving like the pixel graphics and trying to go into 3D. Anyway, I wanted to press start there to see if we could skip it, whether it crashed. Hopefully it hasn't. Okay, nice. Looks like we're in game. Okay, this is very different. Okay, am I in the game? Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is looking good. Okay, even the sound for this is sounding decent. Hopefully I haven't got it turned too loud. I've got the sound level set, so if the game sound is okay, it doesn't deafen you or anything. As you can see, look, there's some graphical glitches there on that card, but wow, this still looks good. This looks very, very playable. So if you're a Clockwork Knight fan, or a Clockwork Knight Part 2 fan, then yeah, this might be something you want to check out. I know I keep saying it, I sound like a broken record. Really interested to see if you've got the latest unstable Saturn Core, the RBF file, working on the stable version of MiSTer, because I didn't. So I'm interested if that actually worked for you guys. But yeah, Clockwork Knight 2 is looking good. It's working, apart from me landing on the spikes. Let's move on to another game. Okay guys, this is Dragon Force. Now, I just like games with titles like this. Like, what is there not to like about the game Dragon Force? Can't remember what this game is. An RPG or something? Definitely getting that RPG vibe. Okay, and it's translated in English translations. I don't know can't remember if this is a fan translation I downloaded, or if the game that was just the game translated. But let's have a quick look. I remember this being mentioned by someone before. Okay, let's just go ahead and see if we can actually get into game. Okay, I really like the art direction of this. Let's sorry again, you're gonna hear my buttons. Live testing, all kind of live testing. I'm not gonna read that. I'm running on fumes today, so yeah, definitely can't do anything long. If I was to play a game, I won't be able to play anything along with reading. I will fall asleep. Sound seems to be okay on this though. Again, loving these kind of cutscenes, and the artwork here looks really nice. Oh wow, okay, so this is one of those strategy games. Right, okay, I'm not even going to try and get into this, but it's booting up, it's running, so if this is something you wanted to play, well, you know what, today may be your lucky day. Okay, so that was, I tried Hang On, and obviously it's telling me to hang on tight, but an issue that I had was I tried this with 4 megabytes of RAM and it didn't boot up. And now what I've done is I've just got rid of that cartridge, changed it to none, reset it, and then it worked. Now I don't know if that's the contributing factor, because this core sometimes just has a mind of its own. Okay, so it seems like I got the same results whether I had the cartridge set to 4 megabytes or none. It crashed, but I'm pretty sure I got this working in a previous video or a previous try at some point. But anyway, let's move on to something else. Right, trying out Die Hard Arcade now. This is something that worked previously and it worked really, really well. So just want to see if there's we know there's improvements, but just want to see if there's stuff that was working and may not be working now. It doesn't seem to be the case. We're looking good at Die Hard Arcade, and this is a fun game. It's a weird beat 'em up. This is again when everything was getting 3D and polygons were a cool thing around. but hey, it's looking good. Okay, can't skip the cutscenes. Oh, we can skip the cutscenes. Okay, I'll press start there, which paused it. But yeah, this is looking good. Again, issues with the sound here, but yeah, the play, as far as the gameplay goes, the game is looking solid. What isn't looking solid is my gameplay, but yeah, Die Hard still working. Okay, let's try Batsugan, and let's see how that goes. Just more paranoia. Yeah, I've got the Japanese region, and I've got DRAM 4 megabytes. This is an excellent shmup. We've got the arcade core and the MiSTer, which is fantastic. But let's have a look at this one on the Saturn, see how it works. Again, my memory, I just can't remember how well it worked last time. I know some of the shooters had issues with it, but this one's looking good so far. I guess the issue is we don't have any sound. There's no sound, and the sound's quite all over the place. It's up, it's down. I don't want it too loud. That's why I've kind of limited the threshold. So even when it's loudest, my voice that I know you guys really like listening to can be heard, and it's not deafened by some game sounds. But yeah, this kind of looks all right. This yeah, as visually, wow, visually it looks flawless to me. It looks absolutely fine. So again, there's a lot of games you can play without sound. There's a lot of games you can play with sound, but Batsugan is looking decent, just no sound. Again, I recommend doing the sound effects yourself. So again, please don't unsubscribe. Let's move on. Okay, now we're trying Cotton to a fan translation. I want to try a ROM hack just to see how much mileage we get. Okay, yep, okay, here we go. We've got the optional RAM storage, and hopefully we will get the voice samples. Sound is always a plus on this. So Cotton to a fan translation. Let's see if how well the ROM hacks work. So far, so good. Unfortunately, we're not getting the voice samples. We're not getting any sound whatsoever. I might try to reset the core. Okay, it's crashed on me. So okay, Cotton to fan translation. Yeah, it's crashed, but have a look at the top left, extra RAM found. So awesome stuff. Love the progress that's being made on this core. Okay, really weird. I've gone for like a full reset there, but now I'm not even getting the sound from the BIOS screen, and I've done like a cold reboot. Now after this game, we're going to test this again. I'm literally just gonna turn it off and on, and I'm gonna turn it off and on by like literally removing the power from this thing, because yeah, not quite sure what's going on. We were getting some sound before, but the last few games we didn't get the sound. Just wondering whether something's just happened while I'm using this, because this is like I always say, it is quite temperamental. Sometimes doing certain things makes the games, and doing something breaks the games. But this is looking good, no sound. So some of the games where I'm saying there's no sound, there may actually be sound, and I'm gonna completely turn it off, and we're gonna run this game again. We're gonna run something with sound just to make sure I'm not going crazy and the sound is still working. But I'm not getting any sound whatsoever. But at least, you know, some of the stuff started with sound, then it would go out. But the last few, yeah, we've not been successful in sound. But this is looking good. Let me try and put another game on actually that I know has sound, and see if that plays. If that plays, then yeah, we'll put it down to the randomness of the core, or the game's actually just not having sound and me just picking games that didn't have sound. And that's crashed on us. Time for the next game. Okay, hey guys, a little bit of a weird one. So my unstable version of the MiSTer OS, sound just stopped working on there. So I tested out a few other cores, I tested out some arcade games, and the sound just stopped working. Yeah, and then I reverted to an older version of the unstable core, and I was still having the same issue, no sound. So that's something I'm going to have to look into later for it to be two versions. Now I'm actually running on my stable version of the stable version of the MiSTer OS and the latest unstable version of the Sega Saturn Core. So let's test out some games. What were we looking at? DoDonPachi, was that the last one we were looking at? Okay, yeah, it was DoDonPachi. Let's have a look. Let's see if it boots up. Now, I was saying I wasn't getting much success with the stable version of MiSTer, and here I am on there. This is what just keeps happening when I'm running this game. it just takes me back here, and it just doesn't run for me. I can try, let's try another game. Okay, have I got the region and everything set correct? Yep, Japan. Yeah, I don't know why. For me, it's not working on the stable one, and for some reason my sound is completely gone on the unstable version. So the unstable OS. So let's have a look. Let's try it. Let's just try and load something. So what was a Japanese game that always kind of worked for us? Gradius I always had good results with. So let's just go to Gradius Deluxe Pack. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like this BIOS version. I've got no idea. I'm using the same BIOS version on both. Okay, guys. So definitely issues with the sound. I'm back on the unstable build. Obviously my stable build, the sound is working, but the core's not working. I'm not able to boot any game. Something I need to look into. I'm going to press for time. I'm going to have to leave my house, but I'm going to take my laptop and edit this video and upload it later. But as far as being close to my MiSTer, I won't be close to my MiSTer for almost a day now. So yeah, I can't tell you whether this game has sound or not. It's just really, really weird. Because I'm using an unstable version of the MiSTer OS, and I'm using an unstable Saturn Core, an unstable core. There's no stable version of the Saturn Core out. It's just done something to the sound. I've got the sound on no other cores. I tested out some arcade cores. I tested out the Game Boy core. The sound has just completely gone. But the good thing about the MiSTer is, and this is something that I recommend to you guys, if you're going to run different forks, or you're going to run an unstable core or an unstable OS, just grab another micro SD card. I did this one here. I've got a dedicated micro SD card just for running the unstable versions. I always keep my main SD card as my stable version, which I always go to. I do put some unstable stuff on there, but only cores. I don't mess about with the OS. So I've got no issues on my stable side as far as all my normal stuff goes, but what I have got issues with is on my unstable one, the sound is gone. Like I said, I was on the latest version of the unstable MiSTer build. I then reverted to the previous version. It might have been a few versions before from a couple of weeks ago, and again I've got that issue with the sound. So something's not right there. I'll try and investigate that later off camera in my own time in a day or two. It may just mean I just need to start from scratch, but it's really not that difficult starting from scratch. The community have made tools that make everything so easy. So guys, that's really it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Apologies for my earlier video, something happened with a core coming on, but that just goes to demonstrate this stuff is unstable. Do expect issues. You've just seen the issues I've encountered. Your mileage may vary. You might have a great experience. You may not experience any of the stuff that I've experienced. And if you've got anything helpful, then post it below in the comments. It may help me. It may help other people. But that's really it, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. I'll see you guys around. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.